Okay, so CRM 2019 is live. Like I said, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you taking your an hour at least out of your day today, and maybe even a couple others as the week's gone on, and we'll go on tomorrow and Friday. So thanks for being here. The first thing I want to cover is somebody actually already asked about the WhatFix installation. So I'm going to show you that really quick now. Everybody should have received this email. It says CRM 2019 WhatFix is live. If you did not receive this email, please send me an email and I'll forward it to you after the call. In this message, so WhatFix, just to give you a little background, WhatFix is a little add-on that goes onto your Google Chrome or your Firefox browser, and when you're in CRM, it will give you a little self-help button that will show you, how to create a new account, how to create an opportunity, how to use meeting notes, a link to our YouTube page. And the cool part about WhatFix is next week, the end of this week, as we continue to use CRM, if there's certain things that there's a lot of questions on, how do I do this, coming up more often than others, we can just add another walkthrough on your WhatFix, and you'll be able to have that on your screens when you're using CRM. So I am strongly encouraging the use of Google Chrome, both for WhatFix and for CRM. Obviously, if you use it for CRM, you should also use it for WhatFix because WhatFix is an extension on your specific web browser. So if anybody really loves Firefox, feel free to use Firefox, but I am strongly suggesting Google Chrome. The Google Chrome browser is the little blue, red, yellow, green circle with the blue dot in the middle. So the link on here, if I follow this link, will take me to it's like the Google store. And there we go. This will show up. I'm using Google Chrome already when I opened it. So if you open the link from the email and your default internet browser is not Google Chrome, it will probably open in Internet Explorer or Firefox. And at that point, the message you're going to see here is available for Google Chrome. So make sure, since my default browser is Chrome, when I click the link, I open Google Chrome. So make sure that you are in Google Chrome when you use this or when you go to this link. You can also obviously copy and paste, just copy this URL, then open Google Chrome and go there. So just know that you have to be in Chrome, otherwise it won't add it to Chrome as your browser. So WhatFix for Microsoft Dynamics 365, I'm going to click Add to Chrome. You'll get a little message saying, are you sure you want to do this? This is what it does. Click Add Extension. You don't need admin rights or privileges for this. Give me a little, it's been added to Chrome. If I have more than one Google Chrome browser, I can sync it together, but I would suggest just clicking the X because you're probably just using your work laptops. You'll have a little blue button that says WhatFix Custom that shows up at the very top. I like to X out of that and open a new browser. Go back to Google Chrome. The new URL for CRM, I've only received, I think, maybe 3 emails this week questioning the web address. So I think that's pretty good considering all the users that we have. So your new URL is crm.tribpub.com. If you're using anything with the word trunk in it, that's not the right URL. crm.tribpub.com is where you can access CRM from Monday forward. Here I am. I always think this looks like Jennifer Gardner. Stock business photos of Jennifer Gardner. Alias. Okay. This is what it looks like for everybody, right? Since we installed the WhatFix extension, There's a little button, a little tab over here that says self-help on the very far right of my screen. I also have little red, they're called beacons. I've already used WhatFix and these beacons on these pages, so they've disappeared. And once you use these beacons, they will disappear because the WhatFix is assuming that you know then what this is, right? So it's just saying, this is your contacts. These are your opportunities. The self-help button, if you click this open, creating new accounts, meeting notes, creating a new opportunity, or a link to the YouTube page with other videos showing you how to create accounts, how to create opportunities, how to use recurring revenue forms, how to use Outlook to set meetings. All of those things can be found on the YouTube page. How to log into the mobile version if you want to use your phone on the go with CRM, right? So definitely check this out for more videos. We're continuing to add videos pretty regularly. With the new Power BI stuff coming next week, there will be more videos on explanations on how things work. But what you do here then is say, all right, I want to know how to create a new account in CRM 2019. So I'm going to click on creating a new account, and you get these little prompts. Click on accounts. Click on new, right? So this is like the suggested guided walkthrough. Type your account name. Right? Choose a category. So this is how WhatFix works. Every time I click, it's set up that it will go to the next field. Right? We'll say this is in Maryland. Click Save to finish creating a new prospect account. There you go. Then you'll get a little congratulations. You've successfully created a new account. Was this flow helpful? Yes or no? I thought so. So that's how WhatFix works, right? You can use these little buttons at any time. You can do it again. You can use the how to create a new account every time you go in the CRM until you have it mastered. It's, there's these steps, right? The same thing with creating a new opportunity or adding meeting notes. Start at your activities page, right? So all of these things are accessible to you. All you have to do is initially install that little extension and make sure that it's showing up here on your Google Chrome. Again, it also works with Firefox. In Firefox, you have to copy and paste this funny looking web address, the .xpi, into your Firefox browser, and then you will be able to add that to Firefox as well. But again, I suggest Google Chrome for everything. Anything CRM related, Google Chrome is best. So that's WhatFix. The rest is CRM 2019. You will notice at the top, we have an updated logo. We do not say trunk anymore. It's nice. Tribune Publishing is who we are. That's updated. On the very top, it says Dynamics 365 Mobile Custom. This is the name that Microsoft gave this interface, this view, the look of this, the design. It's called a mobile custom view because regardless of the device, even though I'm on my desktop right now, I'm not on a mobile device, it's essentially saying that regardless of the device that I'm using CRM on, my computer, a tablet, my phone, the capabilities and the look is going to be very consistent across all devices, including your mobile devices. So don't be alarmed that this says mobile. It's supposed to say mobile. This is the default page that we're directing all of our sales users to. We've cleaned up a lot of what was in CRM as far as pages go, other objects that you don't really use. The navigation is a little bit simpler, so it's intended to say mobile custom, but also know we might change this, and it might just say Dynamics 365 in the coming weeks. So if you see it all of a sudden no longer say mobile custom, don't worry. It's just a change that we're making to alleviate any sort of confusion. Navigation, if you remember in the other systems, CRM 2018, CRM Classic is kind of what we're referring to it as. You would have to click on this little arrow next to the word sales, and there would be a little menu, and you'd have to pick your opportunities or your accounts, et cetera, et cetera. Everything you need to use is on the left side now, and it'll always stay on the left side no matter where you're at. So your home page, your dashboards page, you can use this little button up here, says dashboards, or always click on your home icon, and that'll take you to your home page, your dashboards. These will stay the same. Here's my activities. I can click on my activities page, and here's my activities page. Accounts is next. Opportunities. Contacts. Leads. And opportunity line items. And these stay the same all the time. So if you want to hop over to your accounts page, just click on your accounts button icon. On all of these pages, just like in classic CRM, you can choose this little drop down if you want to look at a different dashboard. I have it as my sales dashboard now. I like the view of my visual pipeline. I like the opportunities that I've got as aging, so I know I need to keep these up to date. These are all supposed to close last year. I should probably update these. Meetings that are open, activities that you have not marked complete yet, opportunity lines, all that. But you can change this to anything you want on these dashboard menus, as well as continuing to use the pacing report if you would like to use that as a dashboard, as your home page, right? And you can still set this as your default just like you could in the other version by using these little pins. And you can do that on all of your pages, right? So here's my pacing dashboard loading. Instead of looking at all my accounts, maybe I want to see accounts I created, or my accounts with open opportunities, right? So you can use any of these views on any of these pages. They're always here. There's a view that you don't see. If you're on your accounts page or your opportunities page and you say, I would like to see opportunities that I've marked as one in the past 30 days or whatever it is, and you don't see that, please let us know and we can create a little view for you and share it. But what's there now are what was in the system before, so you should see more than enough than you need to stay up to date on what's going on with your business, right? But you can always request additional views and we can help you create those. So that's the navigation. Along the top, you've also kind of the same navigation as we did in the past, right? Your magnifying glass is a search button. It's a little better. It's a little easier to search using this. The results look a little bit better. And it's easier to filter. By default, it'll show you all accounts, contacts, leads, activities, if there's any sort of users that have Best Buy as in their name. If you only want to look for accounts, you can click on account and it'll filter Best Buy accounts on the left side here for you. And use the search button on any page. There's also the, this is called the Quick Create menu. From any page you're on, so if you're looking at your leads and you want to all of a sudden create a new account, you can click on the little plus sign. This will pop out a new account from the right side here. So this is not the same as I showed you the first time how to create an account, right? There's several ways to do things in CRM. It's just using whatever is best for you to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to keep track of your business. So you can use the Quick Create form at any time, create a new account, new meeting, phone call, a task, create a new opportunity, right? Contact. So that's the Quick Create form, or the Quick Create function. There's one thing that came up on I was talking with someone earlier today, and it is very, I think it's valuable based on the feedback that the manager gave me too. I think that everybody would appreciate this and kind of hopefully take it from this as a valuable takeaway as to how you can help maintain cleanliness account cleanliness, hygiene, data hygiene, and CRM. It's just merging accounts. When you email through CRM, is that still using that? Yeah, so if you send an email through here, should I go to email? It's going to use my, at Chicago Tribune, that's my username, Jared.Burkles at ChicagoTribune.com. That's where this is going to be sent from then. So you can send an email from here. You can also use Outlook. So I hope we have a couple minutes at the end. I'd like to show you a couple bits and pieces of how to use Outlook. I think most of us by today now have had the opportunity to get everything shored up with Outlook integration with the new CRM. So most of you should have that functionality in your Outlook. So you can do a lot from Outlook without even opening CRM. But yes, it will it'll send from your email address that you have tied to CRM, which is the same as your Outlook email. So account merging, just to give you an idea what happens, if I'm going to use the Best Buy example. When we just created that new account, Raccoon City Umbrellas, that's a prospect. I plan on opening an opportunity for them, pursuing the sale, and ultimately marking that sale hopefully won and placing an order, right? Booking ads, securing revenue. That prospect is where I'm going to be putting my opportunities, where I'm going to add my meeting. It's going to probably where I put my contact for that account, all that. But once I place an order, we'll say, for example, this is my prospect account. I've got all my activity. Here's my timeline, at a face-to-face, blah, blah, blah. Here's all my prospect account. This account today said, yes, Jared, we would like to do this program. Please order it for us. Book it. We're good to go. Money. So what I do is I place all my ad orders, right? This is a brand new customer. It's still a prospect. So they don't have a CU number yet. So you have to order your ads and you'll get a CU number. But what happens is Addit will push a customer a new account for this Best Buy account through CRM for you, but it will not happen until your first ad order actually runs. So you might have ordered your ads today, and the first ad might not run until March. That account won't show up in CRM as a CU numbered account until March. That's just the way the system works, because that's the actual active account date, and that's when Addit says, okay, now I need to push this to CRM because the revenue, or the ads have run, and the account needs to go to CRM. So what happens then is I still have my prospect account, and this account down here is the one that actually was pushed now. So we're now in March, so we just time traveled, and today is March 3rd when my first ad runs. So I see this, account number come over. I'm like, great, my account's in CRM, I'm good to go. But your prospect is still existing. Your prospect still has activity that you worked on and all that stuff beforehand. So what you do is a CU number on your new account, highlight, copy, simple, go back. Here's my prospect. There's a field called Prospect CU. I'm going to paste this in here, save it on the bottom right, or if you leave the page, it will automatically save. The data team will run checks, and they'll get a little reminder, this prospect CU has been filled, and it matches this actual CU number. So those will get merged together by the data team for you. And that will start to really clean up some of this stuff. So even if you have existing prospects and CU numbered accounts, you can start to merge them together during that process. If there is an active CU number, you can use that for your prospect account, right? So yeah, so if you have an active CU number and you still have a prospect, do that same process, right? Put your CU number in your prospect CU field from the actual CU number account that you have. Save it, and those will be merged together. If you're not seeing it merge in a day or two, just send me a note, and I'll nudge the data team. But they do that. They should be doing that daily. So if anything is existing and out there right now that you have CU number accounts and prospect accounts, you can start to clean up that as well by just doing it here and there when you have a couple of minutes. So that's how you merge accounts. Okay, what's new? The navigation, all of you have used CRM before, right? There might be a couple of you that are newer to the system. But navigation is simple, right? You have the WhatFix walkthrough on how to create a new account, how to create a new opportunity. I want to show you some of the new stuff that you will probably be using quite often. The first and I think most exciting update to CRM 2019 is what are called editable grids. So an editable grid is essentially views on your opportunity information screens that are able to be edited without going to your actual opportunity line items. So I'm on my opportunities page right now, and my view is showing my accounts open opportunities. Here are the open opportunities on my accounts. This Northern Tide surfing, I just had a phone call with Micah, and I told him a little bit more about our programming. It seems like it's more realistic now, and he's showing more signs of buying. So this is more at the 50% stage now. Instead of going to this opportunity, I can click in this field and change it to 50. Mendel's Bakery. Oh yeah, I had a call with them last week, and I haven't updated it yet. I have to change that. They're at 75 now. Right? Or these close dates are all in the past. Your close dates are just arbitrary dates for yourself, your goal line when you want to mark this as won or lost. It has nothing to do with your pipeline, but it's good to keep up with these because you don't want to have a whole bunch of opportunities in the past that, if your close dates are starting to fade, I'm guessing that your other bits of your opportunities are starting to fade, your revenue, so you can update your close dates, right? Oh, this is now, I know, February 7, 2019. There we go. That's my new close date, estimated close date. So you can change all that from this view. Your opportunity line items, for all of you that remember and know from using opportunities in CRM, your line items are your products, the revenue associated with your opportunities. And most often you're going to have probably 2 or 3 or 4 line items per opportunity, right? And to update those in the past, you would have to jump in and out of each line item, and it was truly kind of a pain. And it took time. I don't think it took an extreme amount of time, but it's tedious to go in and out of your line items. So now I have my open opportunity lines, my estimated close dates from my opportunities, the probabilities from my opportunities. So I can't change my probability because the line item is not the opportunity. The line item is the revenue, the product, and when it's going to run, right? Product meaning digital display, branded content, print, preprints. The revenue that's associated with that proposed order or that campaign for the branded content is the revenue. The start date and end dates are the 2 very most important dates that you keep updated because this will determine where your pipeline is impacted for this revenue. If anything needs to be changing, you can change it from this screen. This is actually digital display. Right? This one is actually branded content. Click in the field, delete the product, and then your drop-down will select other products. So you can do all of this without ever leaving the single grid page. Everything saves in the background. You can use the little save button up here. One little thing that can happen, if you start going through here, my end date, actually it's starting earlier. Gosh, it's going to start February 4th. February 4th is before the 27th of February. If I try to save it, I'll get a little message up here and a little red X, meaning my end date is before my start date. That's impossible. So you can click the start date must be before the end date on the opportunity line. Oh, that's why I'm getting an error message, right? So now, there we go. There we go. Save it, and it's all gone. Right. Little prompts for you to help as well. But keeping your opportunity line items organized and updated is the single most important thing for you to do on your opportunities. If you go to your opportunities, and double click on the name, you'll go to your opportunity. This looks very familiar to you. This looks like our opportunities as you always have seen them, right? Except in the past, you would have to scroll down and you would see your line items. Now the line items tab is at the top. Here are the line items associated with this specific opportunity. So if you don't want to go to your line items view on the very bottom, and you're just looking at your opportunity and you click on your line items, this stuff is all editable. I can change my start dates and end dates here now. Right? Same thing down here. Change my product. Whatever you need to do. So you can edit these things very quickly. If you're on your account page looks somewhat familiar. It's only 2 columns now. You have all of your account information on the left, any contacts that you might have on your accounts, billing information, the frequency, the last time they were billed, credit limit, credit status, all that. Who is an account owner, meaning who can create opportunities on this account. If you're not on the account and you need to be, ask your manager. They will add you to this as an owner so you can create an opportunity. Here's your timeline of everything you've done with this account or opportunities on this account. If I go to opportunities, I have several for this account that are open right now. Just like the other editable grids, I can change these fields as well from here, right? So there's plenty of places within CRM that you can quickly do these edits that used to take at least double the time that they do now with these editable grids in place. It's one of the biggest enhancements and what I was very excited about when I first saw it. So I know I probably would have been an even better user of Salesforce when I was using it if it was that easy to update stuff. So I think you all will appreciate the efficiency in keeping your opportunities updated. So what else is new? We have meeting notes. So in the past, you would add notes. Let's see here. Here's an opportunity. Your timeline would be where you add your notes. There's timelines on your accounts. There's timelines on your opportunity. So here's my opportunity. Here's my timeline. I click the little dots or the plus sign, I'm sorry, and I can add a new meeting note right to this opportunity. I can go to my account. Timeline is still there. I can add a note here. The thing with these notes is that they're just on the timeline. There's no real tying them to specific meetings or tasks other than just keeping them in that feed. It's hard. It was impossible for us to report on that. So, or if you wanted to say, let me see all my meeting notes from this past month, you couldn't do that in the past. Now, what we've done is created a custom meeting notes field. We'll walk you through that right here, meeting notes. Click on activities. Here's the meeting that I want to go for. Add new meeting note. New note. Notes for me. Next. Save and close. When I was showing you that first dashboard, all of your meetings by default are open at all times until you mark them complete. There's no requirement to mark them complete other than I know that if I have a to-do list and I never check anything off, it's going to get pretty damn long. If you start entering meetings today in CRM and you don't mark any of them complete, your open activity list is going to be the exact same as my to-do list that I never check off what's done. Marking this complete will remove this meeting from my open activities feed. It'll still exist, but now I don't see it. It's not on my to-do list anymore. Also, when you create a new meeting, you will see that there's no meeting notes here because the meeting hasn't been created yet. So the second I save this meeting, the meeting notes field will populate. You will not have any meeting notes populate until you get the meeting saved to begin with. What else is new? 95% probability. Some of you have seen as I've been going through here, some of my opportunities are at 95%. We used to use 25, 50, 75. Now we have 95. The purpose for the 95% is to help you better forecast and have a better understanding of what your true gap really is. I showed this on the previous sessions. I'm going to show you how this works. So the 95% probability allows you to more accurately account for recurring revenue, cash customers, booked digital programs, anything that's 100% but has not hit your booked revenue in exactly. So what's going to happen, we're having a whole bunch of new updated organization of Power BI reports coming out next week, and our Power BI reports are what really show you the pacing reports of Power BI report, right? The gap versus pipeline report, if some of you are familiar with that, the rep gap to go report, those are all Power BI reports that we're incorporating 95% probability into. So what's going to happen is you're going to have your goal numbers, your targets from exactly what you're expected or what you're asked to achieve for a period or a quarter. Your book numbers from exactly, so as you start to, put credits against your goals, your book numbers increase and the amount that you have left to achieve your 100% number gets smaller. What we're going to do then is we're going to take all of the opportunities and their revenue that you have at 95% for that period of time. So if you're looking at Q1 and you have $100,000 worth of 95% opportunities in the remainder of Q1, that will come off before your gap is calculated. So your 95% opportunities are those opportunities, and you only should be designating something at 95% if it's essentially a cash customer that they can't even order, like you can't place that ad order until that date and time, because you get the cash for that account. Recurring revenue, that stuff, you might have a preprint customer that's contracted and they do something every single month. And then you'll have, so your true gap number is the amount remaining that you have to account for in your pipeline and sell that is left after you're booked and your 95% opportunities are calculated. So your gap number is the remaining value, the remaining amount after you take your booked revenue and your 95% opportunity revenue off of your goal number. That's your gap. And that's what you need to account for in your pipeline, right? On the new Power BI reports, a lot of them are going to have columns designated the letter CNO. That means closed, not ordered. That's just a way we're kind of designated 95%. What also happens with opportunities is, as salespeople, you'll put it in at a certain probability, and you won't move it until you mark it closed, won, or lost. In 2018, when we started the playbook, we had all of these true gap equals goal minus booked correct viewer 60. I like your name. Your true gap is the goal minus booked minus 95% opportunities. Okay. We launched the playbook in 2018. All these metrics, numbers, pacing numbers that you should be looking at, activity numbers you should be looking at, pipeline. So when we were talking pipeline last year, pipeline calculations were being done by saying, let us look at what you as a salesperson have in your 50 and 75% opportunity probabilities. I'm sure you can all guess, and some of you probably did the same thing, and no harm done, right? We learn every day. If the company is looking at 50 and 75% probability opportunities as a pipeline, me as a salesperson, I'm going to put my opportunities at 50 and 75%, so I have my pipeline covered, right? A lot of times you may not even move them through a sales cycle. You might not even start them at 25 and then move them to 50 and 75. That is a super user. If you start your opportunities at 25 and you move them to 50 and then 75 as they go, that's great. I can tell you over 90% of opportunities in Chicago in the fourth quarter last year never moved a stage before they were marked closed, won, or lost. So what we're doing is we changed how we're looking at pipeline. The remainder of your gap that has to be covered by revenue that still is outstanding, that you're proposing. With the new Power BI reports, it doesn't matter if you're looking at, if you have all of your opportunities at 75% or all of them at 50% or all of them at 25%. Like I said before, if you want to put them in at 25 and move them all the way through to 95 and then to 100, great. The other way you can use your opportunity probabilities is to say, this is a new customer, but I personally know the owner. We went to college together, and he's already talked to me about how the Baltimore Sun can help with their advertising. So my confidence level that this opportunity is going to close is 75% because I have a relationship already. We've already talked about this stuff. I'm putting it in at 75%, and I'm going to mark it won or lost when I get a decision. Or I just have a new business lead. I just converted a lead. You know, they are interested, they're warm, they want to have some discussions, but I'm pretty unsure. Like they seem like a good candidate for what I have an idea for, but I'm only 25% confident that this is going to be ever closed, won, or lost. Enter your opportunity at 25% and mark it won or lost when you have a decision. Your pipeline will take into account your close ratio as a way to calculate your forecast. So regardless of you enter everything at 25, if you enter them some at 25, some at 50, some at 75, all at 75, whatever you do, it will not matter because you will have a true forecast calculation based on how you are performing in CRM and what you're marking as won and lost. So for CRM to actually work for you, you need to account for your revenue in CRM as won or lost. And if you use your opportunity probabilities as your confidence level and mark them won or lost when they win or lose, your close ratio is going to give you a really accurate representation of what you can expect based on what you have open, and if you need more or less. If your gap is still short, you might need more because you're closing at 30%. Or if you're closing at 60%, you might be, way over already because you have more than enough if you're closing really well. You have to keep track of this stuff for CRM to work. We also have an AI predictor. So for those of you that are the super users or are really enjoying starting something at 25 and moving it to 50 and 75 and how long that takes for all that to move and how your revenue changes, the AI predictor will take into account all of those modifications you're doing in CRM, moving it through the sales cycle, and you'll be able to use the AI predictor on these new reports to show you what your pipeline is expected and your forecast is expecting to be based on you moving your opportunities through the sales cycle and through your pipeline, right? So whichever way you do it, it's going to work, but it requires you to actually enter the opportunities and mark them closed, won, or lost. Marking opportunities closed, won, or lost is pretty easy, and that's everybody's favorite part. On the very top of your opportunity, there's buttons, close as won, close as lost, mark it as such, and you're good to go. Close as lost, you have to choose why it's being lost. Budget, client unresponsive, competitor, etc. There's additional reporting elements coming just to keep you all kind of ahead of what's coming out. One of them is going to be called pipeline alignment, meaning what you have ordered in or booked matches the amount that you've marked as closed won. So just keep that in mind. As you use CRM, if you place an ad order, has that revenue also been marked as closed won and do your products, do your opportunity line items match up with your ad order. Everything that you see in your booked revenue numbers should be accounted for in CRM. Even if it's a last minute order, Friday afternoon, there's a late ad coming in, or Thursday afternoon for Sunday. Your deadline's on Thursday afternoon, right? I think. Instead of just ordering it, create a new opportunity, mark it as one, so your amount that you've won in CRM matches the amount that you've booked. You might say, Jared, that's a pain in the butt. It takes me too long to create a new opportunity and mark it as one. No, it doesn't. It should take you a few minutes. If you use the what fix, after a week, it might take you 5 minutes to create an opportunity right now and mark it as one. If you do that 3 times, it's going to take you 4 minutes. Next week, it's going to be 3 minutes. Pretty soon, you'll be able to do it in a minute. All this stuff is practice and just keeping engaged with CRM. There's another addition on activities. Sorry, let's go here. It's a new meeting type. You all remember we have meeting types that associate with our sales cycle. Discovery, 25%, build and present, 50%, negotiate and close, 75%. There's a post-sale meeting that was added to CRM for your use. There's no metrics behind this. It's not something that goes on your 95. It's saying to yourselves and your managers and to everybody, I have 3 presentations this week, but I have 4 or 5 post-sale calls this week. So I'm spending an additional significant amount of time with my customers on sales that have already been made, but I want to account for those meetings, and I'm going to mark them as post-sale. So if you have a customer that you win an opportunity and you have to go back next week for creative and just to shore up all the details, you can mark that as a post-sale meeting. If you're having an activation type meeting, you can mark that as a post-sale meeting. If you go back 3 weeks or a month after your campaign runs for an optimization call, you can mark that as a post-sale meeting. It's just another addition to help you keep better organized with CRM. What else is new? That's the highlights of the new. The mobile responsive interface, like I said at the beginning, this will work on any device that you use. Creating the new accounts is something that you're going to be doing often. Use the watch fix, watch the videos on the YouTube page. Creating opportunities, right? Same thing, watch fix. Watch the YouTube. Use the quick create. Your search functions, you can search anytime here. You can also, if you know you only want to look for accounts, you can search for accounts on these little search boxes on the top right corners of all your pages. Looks a little bit different. You see the city and the CU number. It looks a little bit easier. If you know what you're looking for, go to your accounts page if you're searching for accounts. Type an asterisk first, and you'll get even more results. Now we have 56 results instead of 53 when you're searching for accounts. There's an updated user guide, which also answers many questions and shows you how and why things happen in CRM. So use that as a quick reference. You all have local CRM champions. Nudge them if you have questions. I want to show you a little bit of Outlook really quick. Here's my Outlook. I have Outlook 2016. I have track and set regarding buttons. I also have a Dynamics 365 button. If I am enjoying living in Outlook, I don't want to enter a bunch of stuff in CRM right now. I just am entering my meetings for next week. I can start a new appointment in Outlook. Use the Dynamics 365 button first. This essentially queries your Dynamics account, your CRM account. Let's see here. There we go. You can choose what to relate this meeting to. If you need to create an opportunity, you can use the plus sign. I'm sorry, use the plus sign to create your new meeting. Fill out the required fields, and this meeting will be tracked in CRM and your Outlook. You can also use the track and set regarding buttons. They mean the same thing. There's two buttons, so they're the exact same thing. For whatever reason, there's two there. Ask Microsoft, not me. For those of you with Outlook 2010, yes, I've sent emails. If you have Outlook 2010, we had an Outlook 2010 user list that I used and sent everybody a note. I believe it was yesterday now, with how to go about getting your track and set regarding buttons working on Outlook 2010. It requires you to get your machine name, and the support team will help you install some registry updates. But there's an email that was sent. If you did not get that email, or if you are having problems, please let me know. There's also an easy way for you all to do it yourselves. If you have Office 2016 or 2013, it also works on some 2010s. If you have your registries updated, you can run what's called a configuration wizard on your computer, and you essentially reconfigure your Outlook plugin so it will work again with CRM. There's a video on the YouTube page with how to do that. I think the video is 2.5 minutes long. It should take you about 5 minutes to do the whole thing. It's very, very quick walkthrough. So you can use these track and set regarding buttons, though, like I was saying, to your meeting should be tracked to an opportunity. So I'm going to click on opportunity. Here's my opportunities. It's for this Flush Factory. We'll add that. Now on the bottom it says regarding Flush Factory. I finished filling out my meeting. I'll save it, and this meeting will go on my Outlook calendar, and it will save a meeting to this opportunity in CRM. You can also create new items here. If you didn't create an opportunity yet, but you need to create an opportunity to put this meeting on, I'll go to Opportunity. I'll click New. This pops up on my other screen, but it'll pop up on one of your screens. I have two open right now. Create your opportunity. Find your account that the opportunity is for. Right. Name your opportunity. Preferred way of naming is repeating the name of the account. Enter your probability when you hope to close this by. I'm going to save. I just created an opportunity that will be added to my CRM, to this account. I can also add some opportunity line items if I really want to, but it's already saved. I'll X out of this. It populates in this field from Outlook. Add, and now this meeting is going to go on that newly created opportunity in CRM, and it will go to my Outlook. Wednesday at 4 p.m. Here it is, and that opportunity will be created in Outlook, in CRM, sorry. Will managers of sales people receive a monthly report of new clients wanting to revisit those lost, or is that self-monitored with our meeting notes? So, if you're meeting new business or new opportunity types, we can build, there's easy reports that we can put together that will show you, opportunities won this week, opportunities won this month, opportunities won, lost, or opened. I have several views already created from 2018 that show just that. For some markets, I requested them. New York Daily News, opportunities won, lost, and created last week. We can create pivot tables for this to have a dynamic report for you. Or you could just say, let's look at what was lost last week, right? That's all what was lost last week. So if you want something like that, please let me know. Pretty quick build out. So that's CRM 2019 in a 52-minute nutshell. Those are some good questions. I'm actually 6 minutes ahead of schedule, which I cannot believe. Does anybody have additional questions, comments, feedback? One quick note. A lot of our markets are using source campaigns for specific initiatives. Source campaigns have to be added or should be added by your CRM champion. Some managers that are a little more savvy with CRM can enter them themselves. But you can't do that from here. You have to go to our classic view, which is done by clicking the little down arrow and going to this custom. And this is the old version, or the classic version of CRM that still exists, but this is how we have to enter source campaigns. Right, through marketing, the marketing tab. At any time to go back, go crm.tribhub.com. I saw 2 questions. When the full addresses on the accounts, we are essentially changing a couple of things, and one of them is like the naming of this top portion, and the addresses being re-added. The full address details is part of that, so hopefully within a few days. Any plans to clean up the redundant accounts? Don, you're the second person I've talked to today about that. Aside from you all being very good at starting to merge your accounts together, that's a project that is very daunting, but might have to just harness my inner Frodo Baggins and go on that quest and get that all done. It would probably be a combination of working with CRM and finance teams to make sure that we have the right accounts deduped, but that's on my radar to get done as soon as we have this all stable in the next couple of weeks, so maybe start on that sometime late February. You can download the Dynamics 365 app for the iPhone. If you're using WhatFix, you can go to the CRM YouTube page link, or you can visit the CRM YouTube page link from your browser by itself. There's a 3-minute video on how to download and log into the mobile application, or just use your Safari on your iPhone to use CRM. Those details are all gone through in this video. I would encourage subscribing here. Use the subscribe button. We are continuing to add new videos. Or if you have ideas for videos, let me know. The classic version is not going away. That still exists. We're preferring everybody to use this because it's the interface is better. We've cleaned up a lot. Don't shy away from this just because it's different. You will see that it's much more efficient after you practice a little bit. But Classic CRM always exists by clicking the little down arrow next to Tribune Publishing and clicking Dynamics 365 Custom. In the future, this is going to say Dynamics 365 Classic, just as you all get a little heads up. Clicking on this will get me back to that all other look. Are there any other questions? This has been the best questions we've had. Overall, I think the best session. So if you guys have anything else, please let me know. Questions, comments, concerns. The new Power BI reports are coming out next week. The date is February 4th, Monday, February 4th. reorganization of the reports, a couple of new additions, some really cool stuff that Chris built. We have a new mobile report that will show reps whether or not they're able to engage with an account. They can use that on their phones using the Power BI app. We can also develop additional mobile Power BI apps as we see fit that would benefit you all as salespeople and leaders. So keep that in mind in your back pocket if you have ideas for mobile reports that you would like to see in the field. The idea for this came from our CRM champions. Can't close multiple opportunities at one time because there's a pop-up that requires confirmation. Right, that was the other thing. If you're marking them as lost, if you remember what we looked at before, there's a prompt that you have to say why you're losing this, and you can't just mark all of them as budget, right? You have to go in, because each one is its own unique butterfly. So you need to distinguish why this one didn't make it out of its cocoon. That was a good analogy. Anyways, a little slap happy. That was a pretty good session. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone for being here. Those were great questions. I did actually record this session, so I plan on putting this one up. If anybody wants to watch it again, I imagine you'll all fire this back up after you get home tonight or maybe this weekend while you're still staying warm. Questions, please let me know. Feel free to attend the sessions tomorrow or Friday. And happy selling. Have a great day. Thank you.